Welcome to So Much Crime, So Little Time. Summer Shorts. I'm Dee.
And I'm Jeff. And in this episode, we're going to introduce you to This American Life, which is a show we've talked about before, but we're going to talk about a very specific episode of This American Life called How to Tell a Dumb American Story.
We haven't listened yet, so no spoilers for what's to come. Scrap that, Jeff. I haven't listened yet, so no spoilers for what's to come. You need to be careful not to spoil this for everyone.
I will do my best. Our goal here in this episode is just to introduce you to what this story is, talk a little about what you can expect, and take a quick trip in the time machine back to when this crime and where this crime occurred.
We'll link to this episode of This American Life in our show notes.
And then we'll come back in our next episode, the recap episode, where we will discuss the whole story. We'll have both listen to it then. Right now, let's get out the flip-flops, load up the cooler, and preview this crime.
This American Life. I love this show in general. I'm really excited because the last few months my listening to this show has been really sporadic. And this one goes back to February. Am I right?
Yeah, so this is, actually this goes back to April. This episode came out on April 11th, 2025. It is episode number 858 of This American Life. 858 episodes of This American Life. I mean, more since then. But if you are unfamiliar with This American Life, you can go back to our episode that came out in July of 2024. We talked about an episode called Crime Scene. That was a series of different stories.
So good.
Yeah, that was a great one. If you're unfamiliar with This American Life, that has been the sort of base podcast that has spun off some of the most well-known true crime podcasts, including Serial, right? Is that true?
Serial.
That's true.
There's so many voices you hear on This American Life that like they started there. It's kind of like the SNL of some of the podcasts, isn't it? Like, so many comedians like spin off of SNL. And that's where they get their big break, and then they go on to find their own feet. And I feel like it's the same for This American Life. Yeah.
So Serial is one. S-Town was another. There's a bunch of people that you probably know from different contexts, even including outside of true crime. You probably know This American Life. But anyway, this particular episode, How to Tell a Dumb American Story, this is about a couple from a native community in Montana, and their daughter gets killed in a roadside accident. She's hit by a car and killed, and her family is basically trying to get the killer prosecuted and to bring attention to this crime, which apparently happens to a lot of native families in this rural part of Montana. So the whole episode is a single story, which they don't often do. I feel like they don't often do on This American Life.
It's usually like 3 acts.
Yeah, but this whole episode is a single story. So it's about an hour or so long. I think it's a little less than an hour because usually this runs on the radio on NPR, and there are ad breaks. So I chose this, as Dee alluded to in our intro. I listened to this one just kind of randomly on my own. I was on a road trip, and I just had queued up all these podcasts to listen to, and I'm driving and just have this playing, and it gets to this one, and honestly, like, I was driving through farmland in Southern California, and I have a very vivid memory of like where I was, because I definitely like almost got lost because I was so distracted listening to this episode, and it was so captivating. It was definitely one of those things that NPR talks a lot about in their fundraisers, where like you get to where you're going and you just like have a driveway moment where you sit there and you keep listening because you don't want to turn off your car and go in, and you want to keep hearing the rest of it. This was one of those for me. I don't listen to every episode of This American Life. I listen to a lot of them, but this one stands out, and I am very eager to talk about it next time.
Love that. Can't wait for that. But before we do that, Jeff, let's jump into the time machine. It's not too long ago. We're going to March 31st, 2023. Let's dive in. What was going on in music and movies and TripAdvisor reviews? Let's see where we can pull into. I'm going to start us off here.
Okay.
Now, recently, I've had to do this for kind of more recent years. 2021, 2022, 2023. So much frickin' shite. The movies are terrible. I don't know. Am I just getting old? Maybe I'm just old.
You're getting old. Yeah, you're old.
I don't know. It's all remakes. Anyway, as I'm doing this, Jeff, I saw what came up first, the top ranking movie at the time. And I felt this pull because our good friend Connor would love, in honor of him, for us to discuss Dungeons and Dragons, Honor Among Thieves. So I said, that's it. I'm going to do it. And then I started looking up trivia and the fun facts and the quotes, and I didn't know what was going on. And I was like, I can't go with this. I'm sorry, Connor. I tried so hard. So I left that.
So Connor was most recently a guest on our 100th episode, weapons expert, Connor Green. He was also a guest on our preview of The Crossbow Killer way back in 2024.
So I put that to one side and I said, I'm sorry, Connor. I tried my best. Unable to focus on D&D. So I pivoted to a different movie about some Brooklyn plumbers.
Super Mario Brothers.
Indeed. I knew so much about it. Okay. I would love...
I'm sorry, is this the Chris Pratt Mario Brothers? This is the animated Mario Brothers movie. Is that correct?
Chris Pratt plays Mario in this movie. Jack Black plays Bowser. Like, this is not part of, like, my setup.
The lead actors in the movie. Okay, all right.
Yeah. How boring if we all just follow the same setup and I tell you the lead actors. Like, nobody needs to know. Anyway, do you know where Mario got his name from?
Oh, that's an interesting question. Where did Mario get his name from? I don't know.
See, isn't that so much more interesting than Chris Pratt?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Can you give me a clue?
Thank you.
Or are you just going to tell me the answer?
No, it's pretty convoluted. I feel like it's hard to get to the clue. The backstory behind this appears really early on in this movie, and that's where the trivia comes from. So early on in the movie, there's a games cabinet in the pizzeria. I don't know why I said that. In the pizzeria, okay? And the name of the game cabinet is called Jumpman. The character of Mario apparently was originally known as Jumpman when he first appeared in the video game
Donkey Kong.
Yes, 1981. The character's name was changed to Mario as a tribute to the landlord of Nintendo of America's warehouses, Mario Segal.
Wow. All right. I have played...
Isn't that good?
Donkey Kong. I've played the original Mario Brothers before it was Super Mario Brothers. Never knew that. That's a good bit of trivia.
Mm-hmm. And apparently, when Nintendo fell behind on their rent, Segal gave them extra time to pay up. So Nintendo named the main character after him.
Wow. I mean, they could have given them a percentage of the money they earned from this video game over the years, but naming's pretty cool.
That wouldn't have been a savvy choice, but it's a good fact.
Yeah.
I'm sure they gave him something.
It's a good
little
fact.
something.
Yeah,
I thought so. I'm so glad you didn't know it, especially after the shit you gave me for not knowing Chris Pratt was like the main man. Like, Mario's the main man. Mario Segal is the main man. You know?
All right. That was good.
Okay, cool. I was trying to find some like quotes, something, and there was nothing like jumping out at me that I liked. There was a funny quote from Toad, who just said, "I'm too cute to die," which I thought was funny, but like I had nothing else to give for that. So I decided to find some funny 1-star reviews. One of them, I'm going to read just some names of the reviews, some of the titles, because I just thought they were so funny. One of them was Far From Super. That was the title. The other one was from a handle called Prince Joey 88, and it just said the critics were right. And the thing about this one that I just hated so much was it was all in capitals, like the whole review. Like I couldn't read it because it was so annoying.
There's no need for that. Yeah, turn off your caps.
No, and then Awissa watches. The title there for that 1-star review was "Do not watch if you enjoy movies."
Oh, that's mean.
I thought was so funny. I know, it was very mean. Okay. But the one I'm going to read to you is by Industrious Bug. And
Sure.
It's called Nothing Happens. Okay. Flat visual noise. Fundamentally incurious.
Ooh.
Potentially injurious.
Oh, right.
The mystique generated by the characters in the games is here raked over and presented haphazardly by hacks. A hobbled attempt to explain a long and random evolution of characters who were never meant to be narratized fails.
Narratized.
Doing it well, I know, is near impossible when you insist on every little bit of lore from the last 40, that was in capitals, from the last 40 years being shoehorned into 90 minutes. Makes little sense. Shamelessly leans on member berries to stimulate older viewers, but offers nothing else. I feel sad for the animators who did a sterling job, but to no end, as this movie has no soul.
Wow. That's
I know.
grim. I will
I
say,
know.
I have not seen this movie start to finish. I've seen sections of it when it's been playing in my home. But that trait that is common of a lot of these movies these days, where it's like, let's throw these little Easter eggs in for all the bits of lore and let's just explain everything. All those little Easter eggs is a little annoying in the place of story. So this was a poetic review. This person knows some words.
I was the narrator as well, though, wasn't it?
I think it was mostly in the script. I think it's the writer more than the actor. That was good.
Sake.
That was really
All
good.
the effort I put into that.
Yeah.
I thought that was good. I thought you'd enjoy it. Okay, that's all I have for you. What do you have?
All right, I have one song. This is one of those weird songs where when I saw what it was, the number one song in March of 2023, I thought, oh, like I know the artist, but I don't think I know that song. And then I read some facts about it. I was like, holy cow, this song has a ridiculous track record. And then I listened to it. I was like, oh yeah, I know this song. Of course I know this song. Everybody knows this song. This was everywhere. All right, so let me give you some facts. See if you can guess it off of that. If not, I've got the lyrics. See if you have the same experience as me. This song spent 57 weeks at the top of the Billboard Adult Contemporary chart to become the longest running number one song on any Billboard Airplay chart and earn the most cumulative weeks atop all Billboard Airplay charts of all time.
What the fuck's a Billboard Airplay chart?
Doesn't matter. They have all these different charts.
It was very popular is what I'm hearing.
It was very popular.
Okay.
It topped 60 different charts of over 40 different countries, including Ireland. At the Grammys, it won Record of the Year and Best Pop Solo Performance. There's a clue in that. It's a solo performance. Any guesses so far? This is 2023. This was all over the top of the charts. You want to hear some lyrics?
Mm-hmm. I'm wondering, like, well, you said you'd never heard of this person before, so it couldn't be
No, I know the
Taylor
person.
Swift.
I know the person.
Oh.
I just couldn't have told you the name of the song. But now having listened to it, I'm like, oh yeah, I've got that. It's not Taylor Swift.
It's not Taylor Swift then.
Nope.
No. And it's not Beyonce, because I feel like you'd know Beyonce's song.
Not Beyonce.
Female?
Yes.
Billie Eilish?
Nope. Good guess.
So 2023 is around the time of Barbie. The Barbie movie. Is it related to the Barbie movie?
I don't think so.
Okay. Did you see the Barbie movie?
Did I see it? Oh yeah, I saw it in the theater.
Mm-hmm. I think I'm going to need some lyrics.
Boy, you're like, you're having some good. You're definitely naming people who had big songs around this time, and you're just missing one.
Chapel Roan?
Nope.
Doja Cat? Hardly, because it's very rude.
Adult Contemporary chart. It was sort of a clue, but I feel like also sort of misleading.
Lady Gaga?
No, but that's a better guess.
Adele?
No, but that's a good guess. You're close. You're getting closer.
Celine Dion?
Getting colder. Let me read you some lyrics.
Okay.
We were good. We were gold.
Stop it. Oh, Miley Cyrus.
Yeah. What's the song?
Flowers.
Yeah. Do you believe that song is like one of the most successful singles of all time?
Do you not know the whole story behind it though? Like one of the reasons that people kept like buying into it was because it was the biggest FU to her ex.
No, I don't pay attention to Miley Cyrus's personal life.
Okay, so like part of the lyrics in it is like I can buy myself flowers, so it's a big FU to like the men who believe that they can like that we need them. It's like I can do my own shit. Thanks very much. But she had just broken up her marriage from your man Chris Hemsworth or Liam Hemsworth. I always get to do them mixed up. Who's she with?
I don't know.
It's a great song.
Yeah, it is a very good song.
I make sing it lots because I'm like, yeah, You can buy yourself flowers. But also every time you're at the shop, tell your dad to buy me flowers. Which she does.
Bit of a mixed message.
Did I tell you that it's Liam Hemsworth. Did I tell you that I make her do that? It's very
That's
funny.
funny though.
I'm like, if you're at the shops, just remind your dad he has to buy me flowers. It's very funny.
Anyway, all right. So that is our time machine from March of 2023 in Montana. What a time. What a time.
What a time.
Before we go, just a quick reminder, go over to patreon.com/so-much-crime, so little time. If you thought that this time machine didn't quite go on long enough, good news. It goes on much longer on Patreon. You also get some episodes that come out early, bonus content, outtakes, and that awesome feeling of supporting the show. We'll even send you some merch, just as a thank you for signing up on Patreon.
And don't forget to leave us a comment and rate us on Spotify, Castbox, Apple, wherever you get your podcast. Tell everyone about it. Share the wealth. Get our name out there. We appreciate it. Thank you.
Next time we're going to come back and we will have both listened to How to Tell a Dumb American Story from This American Life, which we will link to in our show notes. We're going to discuss what happened in that episode, how we felt about the whole thing. That's on the next So Much Crime.
So Little Time. So Much Crime, So Little Time is a production of MimeGov Media. The executive producer is Paxton Calariso. Our associate producer is Blythe Ty. Theme music was composed by Vyacheslav Starostin. If you haven't done it yet, please subscribe to this show in your podcast app. Don't forget to give us a 5-star rating and a review. Even better, tell your friends. To join the discussion, look for us on social media. Check out the show notes for all the links. Thanks for listening.